I'm following the Bushfire offence cases, and there's a lot of waiting around between court dates. So I start noting the bushfires that keep occurring in our local area. My sources are the news and social media pages, particularly the Rural Fire Service pages. There's some examples. On the 17th of September 2023, there's the Elcombe Trail fire at Neath. It burns about 60 hectares. There's news reports, and apparently the Chinook helicopter was used. On the 26th of September, there was 48 hectares burnt at Lovedale. On the 27th of September, there was one at Abermain and another one at Ellalong. On the 3rd of October, there's a small one at Pelhamain, and then hours later, a bigger one just up the road near Kersley. This one goes to an emergency warning and impacts on homes. By the way, there's a total fire ban in place, and there's also fire weather, meaning it's hot, dry, and windy. They bomb homes with a pink fire retardant, and there's a huge firefighting response. Some crews come from far away. There's lots of volunteers. There's news stories, social media, and evacuations, all that goes with a large bushfire. The list of bushfires grows. Then the worst happens. It's Tuesday morning. I get a call my friend's place is being threatened by bushfire. When I say my friend's place, I mean their home, their animals, their business. We all get over there to help. It's called the Old Maitland Road Fire, and it's on the 24th of October 2023. I feel I need to summarise here because a lot happened on that day, including a spectacular 747 plane that bombed us with pink fire retardant, which I can confirm really sorts out the bushfire, and they did it 3 times. I had front row seats to the bushfire, and I have a couple of observations. First, the fire was reported by media. They were filming from the roadblock, which was further along Old Maitland Road, where the public was being held back. I thought their report was accurate from their viewpoint. I had a different experience. My pictures were different. I was on private property, away from the public view, and had a different viewpoint. Some firefighters were deep into the bush, and I think that they would have a different view and therefore different experience. What I'm saying is people and stories may be different for the same bushfire because of the person's viewpoint. Second, there was no mention of the cause of the fire and if the police were investigating in the stories. In my opinion, the bushfire was suspicious. For a Tuesday morning and for where it started, it was really strange. And I saw police activity. I'm not describing what I saw, only I want to say it left me with an insight. That is, don't assume what the police are doing just because your news feed doesn't include details about policing. That is so easy to do. When the police aren't mentioned, you start to question, are they doing anything about it? I saw policing. Lastly, I saw a lot of firefighters. A lot of them were volunteers. In particular, some were young volunteers, the same age as the defendants, Adam and Ben. I saw a younger generation turn up on a Tuesday and sort out this bushfire. In my opinion, I think the narrative about this generation of volunteer firefighters could evolve. Where are their stories? If we're going to tell the story about one 18-year-old who has allegedly been reckless with fire, well, then there's a whole group of young people right there on the fire front who haven't been reckless with fire and are making a positive contribution to the community. I think we owe it to the next generation to tell a fairer story about their behaviour.